think what I personally liked from the pilot that I saw was right off the bat you address all the crap that was thrown your way recently.
Right.
And it's kind of out there, and you just kind of move on in the episode, and I'm guessing that's how the series is going to follow. But you being such, first of all, a good sport about all this stuff that's flung at you or said about you, but I'm just curious, at any point did you tell your kids, like, don't go into this business, it's really brutal? Or was it just that their hunger was, so strong that they were like, you know what, we know that it's crazy, but we want it anyway?
This business is, they're like me in that they feel real sense of what's the word? Comfortability when they're on stage.
Right.
I brought them on stage. The show ends with them going out in front of 10,000 people, and they weren't nervous. They were just pumped. It's a great adrenaline rush, and I'm pretty much addicted to everything. I'm addicted to adrenaline, and performing in front of Mel Brooks and the producers. What a rush!
Yeah.
Same thing as jumping out of an airplane. Wow. And that moment, I'm going to be doing Peter Pan in like 10 days. I don't know my lines. I'm off the hook. I'm going, what a rush. I gotta make this whole show work. I got 2,000 people a night. I said, all I could say is, I got to be honest with you. It's a brutal business.
Right.
And there's very little trust in this business.
Right.
The people you deal with on a creative level usually are fantastic, and fun and different and quirky and cool and passionate. And then you go into the business side of it, and it's just horrible, cutthroat, backstabbing, non-trusting garbage.
Yeah.
And, it never ceases to amaze me, never, what happens in this business. I mean, ever.
Right.
And I'm still going, are you kidding me? And it just happened to my daughter. She got the lead in Huge. Critically acclaimed show. Winnie Holtzman, who wrote The Wiz, wrote My So-Called Life.
Yeah.
Massively awesome reviews. They cancel the show.
Yeah.
What the F is that about?
Yeah.
And here's a show that could actually help kids get through battles with obesity, battles with self-esteem, battles with other kids in school where they sometimes kill themselves because they get beat up for being overweight or insecure.
Right.
This was like giving them a platform to say, hey, that's me. And, so in our show, we can do that.
Right.
And I actually wanted to do some cool shit. I wanted to go down and live with the homeless.
Yeah.
And I've spent time with the homeless. They know Michael Knight.
Yeah.
I showed up in a big Winnebago in an Escalade with about 80 bags in this charity in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And said, how you doing? Are you the Night Rider? I said, that's right. And I got gifts, and they all came over, and they, gave me bags to, and it was an amazing day for me and my daughters to see how we could affect them in a way, and how they all were so incredibly respectful to us, and so that I'm hoping we get to another season, because that's like, it's going to be like, the Hoff reports, or Hoff the Cuff, or Hoff around the world. What's he into now?
Well, I mean, Bob Saget is doing his, his new show is him being, I don't know, just like with a bunch of bikers one day, and he's like, with like, I don't know, in the Ukraine doing weird stuff. Right. I mean, well, I totally see you doing it. The other thing that I really admire about you, not to blow smoke, but it's true, is that you kind of embrace everything you've ever done, even the stuff that hasn't worked. You kind of just, I don't know if this is a life philosophy with you, like you kind of learn from each thing, but it seems to me that you embrace everything.
Just, when you play the cards you're dealt.
Yeah.
I was in Korea, man. We're making the world's worst movie. I hope it gets released because it's really the world's worst movie. I want to promote it as it's the world's worst movie.
What's it called?
I can't say it.
You can't say it? After that whole build-up, you can't say it?
Well, it hasn't been released yet, and they'll kill me. They'll kill me because they're trying to buy one of my songs, Hooked on the Feeling, and give the rights to it. I'm funny in it.
Yeah.
There's another guy in it from, I can't even think of his name. I blocked it out, from American High School Musical.
Yeah.
Not Zach, but another kid. Jason, I think. I can't remember his Yeah. Anyway, you know, and when I was making this movie, I had a chance to go visit the troops, and I went up to mountains of Seoul, of Busan, BUSA, and Korea.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome experience. I just walked into 2,000 troops sitting in a gym that just were deployed, and you know, and just by walking in that room, it was pandemonium.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were crying, I was crying. It was like, wow, look at this freaking power.
Right.
You know, and
that's all because you went and made the worst movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I had a couple of days off, and I said, hey, let's go to this. Right. You know, because you know what? It's kind of like, there was on ESPN, I went into the stadium at Wildcats where my daughter was playing, and the entire place started chanting Hoff, Hoff, Hoff. And where she goes to school, University of Arizona, so I took my cell phone out. You know, they showed it on ESPN. And they said, why does he do it? They said, because he's the Hoff, because he can. And that's true. I just do it because I can. And it's just, that's what life's about.